Hey guys, Galucia here, and we're picking up right where we left off. And if you'll remember, just finished a war with the Iroquois, where I was definitely victorious. He had four different cities that he slapped up onto my continent that I was slowly taking over, and I took all four of his cities and have since gone ahead and declared peace on him. He paid me a little bit of gold to make that peace, and then I have all his excuse me, I have all his cities. So I successfully kicked him off of the continent, but he is definitely, without me being able to explore his continent yet, I'm pretty confident in the fact that he is in large control of it. I think he's like the #1 powerhouse on the map for right now, and yeah, he's definitely the guy. So, so he's a powerhouse. I'm pretty sure anyway that that's how it's going down. So eventually, I'm gonna have to deal with that. But it was important to me to maintain my continent and make sure that he's not. You know, that he doesn't have a presence here, and we achieved that goal. So last episode was a good episode. Now this episode, I have plenty to consider, because for this episode, I have to worry about what my next step is. He's already denounced me right away on the very next turn, and I mean, that's no secret. I get it. This guy doesn't like me. Roger that. But I don't know exactly what I'm gonna have to do from here. So we don't know if the Iroquois are gonna want to retaliate, or how soon they're gonna want to retaliate. You know, there's no saying for sure exactly when they're gonna become a threat or whatever. We also don't know what's up with these nations to the north. You know, it's very obvious that they don't like me, but I mean, to what extent, and when would they potentially want to break out a war as opposed to when I want a war to happen, is a big question. I'm pretty sure, though, that I'm going for Mr. Red here before I go for Mr. Blue. But, again, like, he's pretty dug in. Oh, it looks like he took out the Denmark up here. He's pretty dug in. A lot of rough terrain and whatnot that makes campaigns very difficult. One of his largest cities is right here, adjacent to the capital. And other than they're the same size, obviously, except for the defense value. So I would like to go for this city first. It's a very large city, which is giving him a lot of power. So even if I could just take away that one city and then negotiate peace for a little bit while I rebuild, depending on how hard that battle is, that's a huge blow to him, because he's getting a lot of different things from that city that he will no longer be getting. So the other thing is, besides the Iroquois making a bunch of cities and being generally annoying and frustrating on that level, they also were spreading Christianity throughout the area. A lot of my cities that used to be Jewish, and this will be an example, are no longer Jewish, because there's more Christian pressure than Jewish pressure. But here you have a city with 11 people and only 3 followers of either religion. So this religious battle that we had going on, it became a struggle and was a pain in the ass. And then some of my own cities, Munich and Tarsus, are now Christian with 0 Jewish pressure up there, and a heavy amount of Christian pressure here. This is like the Christian capital of this continent now. So I also need to focus on faith a little bit and work on getting some Inquisitor dudes that will squash the religion in that particular city, so that the Christian pressure can stop here, because I need my cities to follow my own faith. There's a lot that I get from that, and right now I'm not getting it. So that's a big thing of mine as well. That's going to be a big focus throughout this whole thing. Now, as I'm moving, I hate when they do that. As I'm moving the crossbow dudes up, I'm going to move these guys down. They're gonna switch. I'd rather have muskets down here than crossbows. So yeah, at this point in the game, it's all about building up my monies, because now I don't have to worry about producing troops. I have 3 different cities that have nothing to do as far as building buildings or anything else, so they're all working on gold production. That is what has brought my gold. Oh, that's a worker. Oh, we'll do that. that's what's brought my gold production up to plus 15, because it was in the negative. And if I didn't have these cities working on it, it would still definitely be in the negative. And I have plenty of army right now that I feel like I could take on any of the two civilizations to the north. Probably not both at the same time. That might be asking for too much trouble. But I definitely feel like I could take on the red. So I'm going to start working on building up on their borders and see how much rebuild and how much setup I can get done in this episode. Whether or not the actual war will break out in this episode, that yet to be seen. I can't say for sure. Yes or no. We'll have to just wait to see what happens. Wow, I got a new unit. Oh, wow. Nice. That's cool. That is a new powerful unit for me. That makes me really happy. I'm going to move them straight up to here. I'll tell you what, man. I've gotten a lot of units from Belgrade, and they make me very happy. Uh-oh. Looks like Genoa is under attack from the Babylonians. Man, I'm really not in a position to do anything about that. I'm sure Genoa would be very happy if I came to their rescue, but why is it that whenever I'm moving to a location, they always want me to move the troops in the back first? Like, they automatically highlight this knight. Well, he can move to here. This guy's in the way. Move him first. Like, they always do that. Every time I'm trying to do a troop movement, that's always how it works out. Every damn time. And I never understood why it's like that. It's frustrating. And an unmet player has lost its capital. Oh no. Alright, so I'm kind of working on roads a little bit. You can see I extended the road here a little bit. But I really can't afford too many roads, right? So the main thing that I'm working on right now is roads that just cross rivers. Like, if I need to deploy troops down south or vice versa, like troops from down here up, they have to cross this river, so they lose an entire turn of movement just to get across that river. By making just that one road, we mitigate that problem. There's something that they can cross over. I don't necessarily need a road just yet that goes all the way to the city. It'd be nice because opening trade routes, so on and so forth, but for right now, it's not something that I absolutely need or can really afford to do. So, you know, I've been working for about 37 bagillion years to build a road to here, which they're currently working on down here. And, but yeah, my gold is just in the toilet. So, not really tons of money for extra stuff like that. So, one of my goals in this episode, and before I declare war, at least was what my thinking was to get to 1,000 gold. And that might be a very difficult thing to do. But I wanted some surplus in gold, because presumably, once I go to war, I'm probably going to do at least a little bit in the way of troop development in some of these cities that are currently just doing gold production. And so if that's going to be the case, then that puts me in a bad place where I'm probably going to be negative again on the gold. If I go negative on my gold, I want to at least have a decent amount of gold so that I can, you know, it won't go away. Like, I basically need to stockpile money for the money that's inevitably going away, which is, I don't know if that's the smartest approach to it, but I know it's going to go away, and there's nothing else I can do about it right now. But on top of that, there is a little bit I can do about that. And I'm trying to work on that. What I'm trying to get done is work on any city at all that doesn't already have markets and banks and things like that. Why is Sweden denouncing me? They must be friends with the Iroquois or something, because I just met the guy, and he's already like, to hell with you. It's like, dude, I just met you. Are you really that mad at me already? You know what? I don't like that guy's attitude. Let's see if I can find a Swedish city on here. Oh, I have 400 faith. Oh, thanks for the reminder, game. Holy crap, that was almost bad. Alright. We need an Inquisitor. See, look at this. This stupid place, which was Jewish, is the pressure's 40 freaking 8, and then up here where it is 84. If I get rid of that, the pressure across the continent will be a lot less, and I'll be a lot better off. I'm going to push right up to his borders. I'm just going to make it obvious. I mean, let's not beat around the bush anymore here, people. Let's just make it obvious. Because it's going to take a while to move into position. That's the other downside of attacking a city like this, where they've seen good growth and they have large borders, is that I can't move in any closer than their borders until we declare war, which means a very lengthy approach time. So I want to get as close as I can beforehand, especially the cannons. Although, maybe not the knights, because I'm working on military science, and as soon as that's done, I can upgrade my knights to cavalry. So let's keep the knights in friendly territory so they can be upgraded. And as soon as they get upgraded to knights, by then, that's probably when I'll be able to move in, so on and so forth. But the cannons, we gotta get them into position. I mean, because it's just taking forever. It's gonna take a really long time to move all of them up there and get them all settled in and into position, so... Nice! I actually had a city just adopt Judaism just from the pressures around it. Thank God. Actually had some positive Jewish influence on the area. And I did just use my guys here to get rid of Christianity here in Munich, which had an 84 pressure, which immediately had all its members convert, just about anyway, minus one person, to Judaism, which is huge for me. So the next place is definitely here, another 84 pressure area, very ugly, and then here as well, which is not as high, but it's right there. It's right there around all my other cities. I might actually do that first, just because that is where all my other cities are, and we got to work on getting the Christianity out of my Civ area. But my biggest problems right now is definitely still the happiness. The happiness is completely in the toilet, and there's only so much I can do for that. Every building that I can make to improve happiness is being made. I mean, there's nothing else to do. You know what I mean? I'm just sitting here like, what else could I do? What am I doing wrong? Like, what could be changed to make this better? And the answer is nothing. Nothing can be changed. Nothing can make this better. It is what it is. And I'm screwed as long as it's like that. Just zero growth in the cities. Nothing really good happening at all, basically, is what's going to happen there. It's just nothing positive is happening as long as that's the state of my happiness. And I have been working on it. Even if it's a defensive building like here, defensive buildings give me happiness. So, you know, and I've every single, like, Coliseum and circus and whatever the hell it is that I can make, I'm trying to make it. But again, it's a catch-22, because with your happiness that bad, there's no growth, your production's in the toilet, and in the meantime, it's just, you know, it's this whole war with the Iroquois, and this is, you know, the whole Iroquois situation with them attacking me, is that it really set me up for failure, because I had to take all these cities on, which just plummeted my happiness down. And until these really, really tiny cities are in some type of position to get buildings that increase the happiness, like, there's just nothing I can do. I can buy it. I can buy the buildings, because their production's in the toilet, so I'm not going to just make it. That's just not going to happen. I can buy it, but that's going to take some time and some doing. So, in the meantime, yeah, I don't know. But as you can see, I am getting my troops as wedged up here as I can. The ones that are farther up north here, I plan on swooping them in across here, where they're out of range of the upper city, but they also stop advancements from support troops and stuff like that. And everybody else is going to focus on this city here. He continues to grow, and I'm not growing crap all. So that's my problem right now. I just had to buy walls for here, 300 gold, for the +1 happiness, just to get it back to -10. It's so bad. It's just so bad, and it's going to take so long to fix. I'm considering putting off the war for a little bit, just because it's that bad, but I don't know. Well, then again, my peace treaty just ended, so who knows? Maybe now he's going to try to start some crap. and I'll have to quickly withdraw all of these troops. Who knows? The other thing is, if I wasn't preparing for war, every single garrison unit that I have increases my happiness by 1. So, I mean, that alone, if every single city had a garrison unit, might bring my happiness back to, you know, 0 or whatever, at least balancing it out. So, I don't know. I feel like I'm in such a bad state of things right now that I'm really just not even in a position to take some kind of military action. Especially, like, my knights, I can garrison them, because it's only going to take them, like, 2-3 turns to deploy them properly, because they can move so far. So I am going to garrison some of them. That's going to help with the happiness situation, and then I'm going to continue to just work on getting the monies so I can keep working on buying things that increase happiness and just see if I can't fix this situation, because it's just so bad at this point. I mean, if I take that other city, I'm really setting myself up for failure there, because that's just one more territory now, and that's just going to put me that... I'm going to be that much less happy. Like, once again, I will be some miserable dude on the map. Just, meh. I need to... that needs to change. Alright, trade route established. That's huge. That's going to help out with gold, amongst other things. But for the time being, definitely just need to keep working on happiness buildings. I'm working on one there. I just started working on one here, the theater. So, slowly but surely, all these newer cities that don't have anything, we need to get them happiness buildings to get this under control. And I think I don't think I'm willing to attack this place until I'm up to, like, maybe like +5 happiness or something. Any, you know, just a little bit of happiness to offset the fact that I'm going to try to attack this place and then my happiness is going to go down again. I mean, I have to do something. I have to get that under control before I can consider attacking. So, especially since, you know, like right now it's -5. But that's because of all the garrison units I have. And as soon as I ungarrison them to help out with the military campaign, boom, I'm going to lose like 5 happiness right there just from that. So, I mean, it's a dangerous game. How? Explain. Son of a crap. You piece of shit. You've got to be kidding me. So just like that, I established a trader out here, and then this one gets broken because Jack Whack has to broaden into my damn territory. That is some bull honky right there. That makes me mad. Can I buy... It's like all my freaking money. Alright, so I bought that tile to help preserve the path. I'm going to have to build a road here to go around to reconnect so that my trade route gets reestablished. That's some crap right there. That makes me legit angry. Oh, I got a great merchant. Awesome timing, too, because this place is almost not my ally anymore. Now I can send that great merchant to him, and that'll get me some influence with them and get me a buttload of gold. Great timing for that. Also, rigged the local elections here at Belgrade, which is also a big deal. So, we're allies with them once again. I'm definitely going to need to keep them as an ally. They keep throwing military units at me. That's a beautiful thing. Oh, and Hamburg is Jewish. Look at that. Nice. I don't know how, because there's so much more Christian pressure than anything else, but that's great news, too. Okay, I needed some good news, so that makes me happy. That really, legitly makes me happy. And, getting the happiness under control. I have a bunch of places right now, the smaller cities, working on building things like coliseums and circuses and things like that. So as soon as all those buildings are done, my happiness should be like 10 or something like that. Like, it'll definitely, you know, make a big turnaround. Nice. That is a big chunk of money right there. Okay, so like right here, they're building a coliseum right now, but I just got all these monies. So buy them a wall because they don't have anything, so make their defense a little bit better and increases happiness by 1. Alright, some bad news this turn. Hamburg has been converted to another religion, it just keeps flip-flopping back and forth. But next turn, I'll have enough faith to buy an Inquisitor, and I'm going to get rid of Christianity altogether in that place. So that'll get fixed. But our spy got killed by the Iroquois counter-spy. So we were unable to steal tech. That was my really good spy, you know, high-ranking spy. So that's it. I only got this one weak spy that's just working on keeping me good with Belgrade. So that's a bit of bad news right there. Last turn we had some good news. This turn, not so much. That's kind of a bummer to me. It just feels like no matter what I do in this game right now, everything is at a loss. Like, everything. I feel like I'm in good position even still, but it just, at the same time, it's just like, At least I know I'm not the only poor person. I have the most money on the map with 397. That's pretty bad. Alright, so we reestablished the trade route. That was important. Waste of freaking time and money having to build all those roads up and stuff like that. But it is what it is. And got another unit from these guys. And it's another one of these awesome Sapea. So I'm cool on that, but I don't really need them on the front right now, so I'm going to return them way back to here because that's going to help with happiness. Slowly but surely doing away with all the Christian pressures on the continent. Once I wipe out the sources of the pressure, it shouldn't be able to spread anymore, and then Judaism will start kind of spreading more freely without me having to use missionaries or whatever to coax it along. So absolutely no Christian pressure there. But still a butt ton here at Munich, and I've already had to deal with that once before. I completely wiped out the Christian pressure here before, and it's already remounting again. It just seems like they threw so many missionaries over here that the pressure got so high that now it's like it's almost impossible. Look, I even have Christian pressure right here in the capital, for Christ's sake. A lot, too. 36. Like, there's actually, like, Christian followers here and stuff. That's ridiculous. Okay, so one thing we can do, although this is going to dramatically impact my gold production, is the fact that I'm going to... Any of these cities that are producing gold that can now make the arsenal, they're going to work on making the arsenal. Because we will get +1 happiness for having an arsenal. It'll make their defenses higher, which is nice, but the happiness is what we really want. Pleased to find out, though, that I actually have a positive gold without the need of them producing gold. So that's a good sign. It means that I'm slowly getting my gold production back on track. Now I just need to get my happiness back on track. So I finally met the last civilization, Siam. And then got a bagillion public declarations from Siam. Like, so many that it's silly. Pretty crazy. But anyway... So what I wanted to point out was that last term, Tarsus here finished the Colosseum, which brought me to a amount of 0 happiness, which is still good. That's a positive. And now I have 1 because this place has finished the castle. So places are now producing again. They're growing. Civilization, you know, the populations are growing again, and everything is kind of falling into place once more and being less stupid. So I know we still have a long way to go to really get a handle on the happiness or lack thereof, but it looks like we did get a handle on the money to at least some degree, and the happiness is falling into place as we continue to build up on these tiny little cities that I had to take from the jerk that are called Iroquois. So it looks like we're getting everything into place. However, the one thing I was stalling on as I was kind of watching everything develop here, I was stalling on... and look at that, now I'm -1. As soon as the cities could grow, they expanded their borders, and then I go back into negative happiness. Isn't that just the way of things? The one thing I was stalling on was, would I be ready in time to attack before Dynamite gets researched? And it's only 7 turns away now, and I don't feel like 7 turns is enough. So even though I have all these cannons here in position, ready to go, I feel like it would be better served to pull them all off of the line for now and get them upgraded to artillery and then move them back. That extra range of the artillery and obviously the attack power to go with it is invaluable, and I'm really looking forward to the impact that that's going to have, no pun intended, on my military campaign. So at this point, since I'm that close to dynamite, because it was like 17 turns, but I really didn't get my happiness set up enough before that was all done. So that's that. And then the only other thing is I am going to start working a little bit more on the roads now that everybody is, these places are getting hooked up and stuff. They're starting to expand. So building roads right now and getting these guys hooked up to the trade routes, I think, is also important. My gold production is back on track, at least a little bit. It's a little bit back on track, so not too bad. And so we can afford to build a couple of roads and get all of our cities, or at least attempt to get all the cities connected, the majority of them. So I'm going to leave you with this next turn because we should have a new policy. So, we'll leave with a little bit of activity. This is a long episode for me as far as recording goes anyway. I do a fair amount of editing to ensure that the episodes don't get too lengthy. But I'm looking at like 50 minutes of recording. So 50 minutes of gameplay going by to accomplish what we were accomplishing here. So, let's see. No, I don't need that. Let's get these guys on research, because gold is good now, and my research is just terrible. But, yeah, so, +2 happiness for each luxury resource. This is going to be huge for us. Boom! Oh, thank God. Went from 1 to 15 happiness. That is huge, and that's why I wanted to end on that note, because I knew that that was going to be huge for us. So, I'm basically just going to wait for dynamite to pass by now, upgrade those dudes, get them back into position, and then I feel that we should be ready to take them on and start expanding here on our continent at home, because the other continent, we haven't even really taken a look at it yet. And to be honest with you, I can't be bothered. It's a scary place, and I just don't even want to deal with it right now. But that was really awesome. I'm really happy with the outcome of that. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. This was a very intense episode. A lot of good things accomplished. I mean, yeah, there wasn't a lot of exciting, crazy war stuff going on, but it was. I think we can all agree it was an important episode and an awesome rebuild that ended on a good note. That whole episode, I wasn't sure how it was going to pan out, and it ended on a good note, so that makes me happy. So, thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time.